Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to be helping you set up your environment to literally make success inevitable. Now, before I do go into that, I do want to kind of give you a brief example, a real life example that I actually went through in the past and how I actually changed it. So in the past, as you guys know, I used to live in the US. I was basically just a bot. I was a bum doing nothing with my life. And that was 90% my environment that was actually causing my life to not be where I wanted to be, because I was surrounded by a lot of people who were just going to the gym, playing video games, doing drugs, partying, and doing nothing at all. So I didn't have that much inspiration around me to actually spark me to do anything with my own life. And that was just very detrimental for me. And it was just like everyone was on a sinking ship, and it was just a very bad downward spiral to be on. And it wasn't the greatest life. Now, it wasn't the worst at all. I mean, I still had 2 jobs and I was making around $800 a month, but obviously that's not where you want to settle. But I knew that there was something much greater for me in life, and I knew that there was a deep desire in me to actually chase the dream life, which was just to travel the world, make money, go to beaches, go boxing, smoke cigars, and do all that good stuff. And of course, you know, it was inspired by the Andrew Tate lifestyle and everything like that, but I don't really follow a lot of things he says. But I mean, he's a very good inspiration and someone to look up to if you know nothing at all in life. But I mean, with that being said, after I kind of saw what was possible through YouTube, after watching Andrew Tate, watching a lot of other people live my dream life, I was like, man, why am I not living my dream life? And then I realized that the only difference between me and them was what they knew and what skill sets they had that separated me from them. So all I knew that I needed to do was acquire those said skill sets and acquire the knowledge necessary in order to live my dream life. So that is what I set out to do. I joined this network and saw a lot of people in Bangkok, Thailand already living my dream life, and knew that if I wanted to succeed and achieve my dream life, I needed to change my environment. I needed to go from living and being surrounded by a lot of bums to being surrounded by a lot of sharks and people already living my dream life. So that way I can go from being the average of 5 bums to being the average of 5 millionaires. And I mean, you can do the math on that. I'd rather be the average of the 5 millionaires. So what I actually did was just booked my flight to Thailand. And I mean, obviously I didn't have much to my name. I was still a bum when I first came to Thailand, but that quickly changed, as you guys could see through Instagram and YouTube. And finally got into a very promising kind of gig, which is called remote sales, which is basically where I just hop on calls with the people who are trying to buy from an influencer, and they're very warm leads and they're just ready to buy. And my job as a closer or a setter is just to take on those leads, figure out their problems and why they can't solve them themselves, and why the influencer can actually solve those problems for them. And then I basically just get commission off of the sale. And that's what a lot of people that are living my dream life are actually doing. They're just doing remote sales. So it's a very promising kind of way to go about living abroad and living the dream life. If your dream life is traveling the world, making money, living at nice beaches, and traveling with your best friends, that's probably the best way to go about it. I mean, I've tried drop shipping, e-commerce, crypto, and a lot of different things, and none of the things really worked out for me. And you need a lot of startup capital for most of those different niches. And remote sales, you can literally get started with $0 and just start printing. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because you actually do need to take a good look at your environment and who you are surrounded by, and just a lot of different environmental cues that might be triggering your current life. Because it wasn't just the people that was setting me up for failure back in the US. There wasn't any inspiration at all when it comes to different inputs through music, television, movies, cars, places to go. Everything was just kind of mediocre, and nothing was really inspiring me and giving me that spark of life that I needed to actually achieve my dream life. And what I mean by this is, back home I was listening to really bad music, like rap and a lot of devil music that would kind of just lower my energy and lower my state of consciousness, that would kind of just lower my vibrations and kind of gave me the idea that I wasn't deserving of much And that's what we really need to look out for when we're trying to better ourselves and reach the life of our dreams. We need to look at all the different inputs that are coming into our awareness and our consciousness, and seeing what's good and what's bad. Because it's very normalized these days to just listen to all this bad stuff and watch all these crappy TV shows that are just detrimental to your health and your mental well-being, and even on your path to becoming successful. Because you really do just need the good inputs and ignore and cut out all the bad ones in order to actually succeed. And it actually is very simple to do looking back on it, but at the time, like kind of coming out of that, it was kind of complex because I was just so used to the life that I was living that any other life besides that was just crazy to me. Like, it was just outside the box, it was abnormal, and it was just a very rough process. But once you kind of get through it and look back on it, it's like, wow, I was really just brainwashed and programmed to fail. But with that being said, guys, you guys kind of get the gist that you just need to kind of be the average of the 5 people you hang around, and make sure those 5 people aren't bums, and place yourself in a way where you'll be surrounded by a lot of successful people. So it's only natural that you'll be the next successful one. So with that being said, guys, I am kind of helping a few people get out of their normal lives of working like a 9-to-5, or maybe not even having a job at all, getting into remote sales so they can actually live their dream life of traveling the world, making money, go to different beaches, mountains, wherever you want to go. I just really love the beach. I like being tan and feeling warm all the time, but if you like the cold and all that, you can do remote sales in the mountains. But if you are interested in actually getting into remote sales, being a setter and then transitioning to a closer and then maybe doing IPO, I did put a link in the description, so if you do want to book a call with me and I can see if I can even help you in the first place, you are more than welcome to, and I can assess your situation and your current kind of life and seeing what kind of life you actually want, and then taking those next steps. But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys tomorrow.